What's going on, everybody? This is Lauren with the TMF Podcast here at TMF Apparel USA. Today I'm going to give you guys a tip for vectorizing graphics. And I see this happen a lot. What I've come to realize that most people in the apparel space don't actually know how to do any actual graphic design work at all. So why is vector important? Vector is important if you're doing die cut stuff. It's important if you want to scale an image way past where its potential is currently. You want to print it and it's all kind of blurry. I'm going to show you how I do it with software that is could be free. There's a free version and not expensive. You don't have to know a whole bunch of Photoshop and Illustrator. I see a lot of people, I just throw an Illustrator, image trace, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is going to hopefully make that a little easier. The software that I am using is called Vector Magic, right? And in Vector Magic, this is the desktop edition. It's pretty easy to use. I have just went into Google, as you see right here, in Google some Santa designs and picked one and then copied it and brought it into my software right here. You can also just load an image into it. Any image. It could be a photo. It could be something that's already kind of like a PNG, but you need to change something and you vectorize it. So this one's going to be a little haywire because it's got this background. We'll do two of them and I'll show you what you can do. Now you've got fully automatic in wizard mode. You've got basic and advanced. Usually I just select the basic, right? You're going to click that. It's going to analyze the image. It's going to ask you if it's a photograph, artwork with blended edges, artwork without blended edges. This is going to be artwork blended edges. We're going to click that. Input quality, we're going to say medium, somewhat degraded. Color mode, this is on the output. We can do it 2 colors, custom colors, unlimited colors. So if you just wanted this image to be like 5 colors, we would select custom. It's going to bring up a color palette. Let's say we want to just do these colors here, black, white, green, gray, red, and brownish, tannish color. We hit next. It's going to do all the work for us. Give it a second. I guess it's going to look kind of weird because the background's on here, but it's okay. We can do another one that doesn't have a background as well. But let's let that thing go. It's going to smooth the result. How long this takes depends on the size of the file and also depends on your computer speed. But this is the projected output right now. Now you can see it's not 100% perfect. We've got some green in the beard here, green in the eyebrows, which is fine. You can go in here and edit the result, or you could take this and throw it and save it out and put it into another file and take those out of it as well. If you want to remove the background, you can easily do that. You click the background remove, click it, boom. It's going to remove everything that was in the background color. You can select these. If you wanted to knock those out, real easy to do, right? I'm going to go to the undo that and just leave it as it was. We go to next. Click next over here. It's going to give us our export options. We can export this result as several files, an Illustrator file, a DXF, an EPS, a PDF, and an SVG file. Now, usually I export them as Illustrator files and then I put them in Illustrator and clean it up. But if you were going to cut this, you can put it out as an SVG file, export it, and put it right into your cutting software, and it's going to separate all of these layers for you. Now, let's do a photograph. Sticking with our Santa theme, I'm going to come over here and just copy this random image off Google. We're going to go to our start page. We're going to paste it. Boom, there it is, right? We're going to hit next. It's going to analyze our image. It's going to say it's a photograph. We want a high detail, unlimited colors. We're just going to create this into a vector form, right? So it's going to be a boatload of things. It's not for cutting. This is going to be for creating into an image that you could scale up, you know, maybe get a better print out of, because this image is maybe small and not that high resolution. In a vector form, we could scale it up. And I'll still bring these. I still save them as PSD files in the long run. But check this out. Boom. Unlimited colors. Now this is the same image in vector form. You might lose a little bit of detail because it's obviously not a photo anymore. It's now a vector. We hit next. We can save this one as here. As also, I'm going to save this out as an Illustrator file. I'm going to save that as Vector Magic, and I'm going to put it into Illustrator and show you what it looks like in there in the vector format as well. So let's do that. Let's open up Illustrator. All right, I've opened it up in Illustrator. Now, as you can see, we have all of these paths and anchors in this file, right? You could, if you were an Illustrator person, you could group it, but you can see here, this is your file, right? This is now your image. I was just going to pull it off of the workboard so you could just see it on its own background there. And if we wanted to, we would take all of this and we could export it as whatever. We could group it all together. and we could change the size to, you know, you needed it huge, 50, boom, huge, right? Big old Santa, bam. And honestly, if you were printing this on a t-shirt, that would look pretty amazing. So to wrap up this video here, Vector Magic, I'm going to put a link in the description to their site. I have downloaded it. I've used it for years, and it has been a phenomenal tool, even just cleaning up certain artworks, even artworks that I had before. I've run it into there, and I can use that to easily separate them. And I've used it for my plotter software as well, as far as cutting vectors and cutting vinyl. So Vector Magic, check it out. Like the video, subscribe to the channel for more tips in the apparel line, and I'll see you guys later.